kids, we're back with 3D Politics. I'm Tom McCay with all three of the Davids that matters, especially the bumblebee we're calling it tonight.
We've got a growing demographic of Hispanics in this country, and so, I know my market.
You do what you got to do.
That's right.
We're going to move now into the ever knowledgeable brain of David Vann, where his expertise in mental health and how we treat that in today's society, how that comes into contact with the drug culture, and how police come into contact with both and have to sort out.
Right, and we've actually been punishing some of our most successful patients. I got into this on the medical marijuana because a young veteran, Navy veteran, with PTSD, generalized anxiety, a number of problems, he was given 900 pills a month by the VA. Total zombie, benzodiazepines, he's out of it. On disability, physically healthy young man, 22 years old. His family sent him to Colorado for a medically supervised trial. Last week I had him speak to a bunch of mental health experts. We're talking therapists, psychiatrists, and people. And he held up those 900 bags in a Ziploc, pretty heavy, gallon-sized bag. And then he held up a 1 gram vial that he uses in his vaporizer.
Okay.
And he said, 1 gram, 900 pills, you decide.
Simple efficiency alone is
a no-brainer. Yeah. So for people who already have a condition, and you can choose this medicine or that, you go with the safer one. And every doctor I've talked to, every pharmacist I've talked to has said, absolutely, the marijuana is the safer drug for the person who already has that disorder.
Well, for contraindication alone, you're not mixing it up. So.
Yes, absolutely. And so it's for people like that I said, you know what? These are people who gave to serve our country, to protect our country, and we're criminalizing them because they won't play game with the VA.
And isn't that a perfect visual representation of liberty versus regulation and bureaucracy? You've got this simple little solution here, or you've got this huge bag of unintended consequences and baggage.
Yeah,
right.
Well, and one of the unintended consequences, because we have so much socialized medicine, is the sheer expense. I mean, and here you have somebody who cannot be productive in society, is going to be relying on social welfare. He's going to be he's relying on the VA and all the expense of all those medications. He's a near vegetable.
Through no fault or decision of his own.
Really,
we're taking him out of the game, so to speak.
Right, and the doctors actually are forbidden by law to be able to do anything about it. And so we have a complete mix of utter foolishness, rather than looking at the situation from just a sheer point of fact that there's a better way, and except for the law, we would be doing it.
Or even just who gets to decide, whether it's better or worse is a whole nother discussion. But who gets to decide how they're going to treat their illness or problem or situation?
Absolutely. You and I, we have sovereignty over our persons. And the thing is that's been under attack for well over 100 years, saying that we do not have that sovereignty. Hey, they can outlaw, if they can outlaw marijuana, and they can tell you can't use this, you must use that, you must seek permission before you can do this or that. When you don't cause harm to anybody else, then the problem is that you actually don't have rights any longer. You have to seek somebody else.
It's really anti-intellectual and anti-philosophical because you've got to ask permission to conduct science, right? Because Schedule I drug means that there's all kinds of research that's not being conducted. So you can't even know what the potential societal impacts are because you're not allowed to inquire.
Yeah, it means the Israelis are way ahead of us on the research because they were actually studying it.
Well, God's people as well.
So it's not science that figured out that cancer.
It's a lot of stuff.
Well, I heard of someone overdosing on 900 placebos one time. But... Hey, we're going to take a break. I think it is a lot of sugar.
M&M's can really do damage.
We're going to take a break, come back with all 3 days.